into the pillow here. It's right there behind you where the light goes. I see the red shadow. I just opened my eyes because I see it was open eyes too. And then there is so it's a felinoid form with big cat eyes, pointy ears, in a red kind of foggy. He's wearing a cloak which is red on the outside and black on the inside, and all your energy sphere inside, it's kind of deflated because it's supposed to be perfectly round. It goes like number 8, more like this. And you have this red fog, like fumes of red Bordeaux color. And he's standing behind. Let me touch you. It's you. It's you. And there is this interesting kind of like a tunneling system behind you, but it's made out of mirrors, and mirrors stand one after another like this. It's like creating some sort of labyrinth. And there is on your neck, there's like a necklace, but it doubles as a collar. And he pulls you. He has a leash, and he pulls you out of your body. Sometimes even during the day when you nap or take a rest. Mostly at night, but I feel during the day too. And he takes you, he makes you go to, he says pi 4. It looks like 2 stars merged together, and sometimes they get unmerged. It's like on the Orion constellation, there's a major body, and there's to the right. It's right here down. And then you have to, you teach something. You teach something to the half cat hybrids. I see like literally like a school type facility, but it's made out of light blue glass walls, and I see floating desks, meaning they don't have legs, they just have the flat surface like a desk. And I see like cat people sitting by them. You know, those are hybrids. He took your DNA and he created hybrids. And started happening when you were around 9 years of old. Before, because I'm looking at your like timeline going back in your childhood, and I see a lot like he would create imaginary kind of, you know, like feeling of imaginary somebody watching you, or then you go in this world when you were a little off. He says a world of magic. I'm asking him like, why do you why are you attached to her? And he told me he owns you. I asked him for how long. He said forever and ever and ever. Leads me to life. It looks like it's your life number 18, and it leads me to life 17. I see him pushing some like cobra, kind of cobras out of your energy sphere. It used to be yellow, and now it's red in that life, the life right before this one. You were a guy. What came to me right away, military operations sergeant in Scotland. You know, you go between Scotland and Ireland. It's like a border right there. It's really is, it's not like a fenced border or anything. It just that I know that you're here and there, and you have, it's like you have two families or something in both countries or something like this. Like your parents live in Ireland, and your other, in your family was, you have two girls and a wife. Maddie, you call him Maddie. Madison? I see you as a tall, thin man, lean, in some sort of uniform with a hat on. There's something like awards here, but they're not like medals. They're just like those long things. I hear a word tragedy. Let me go into the moment when it happened. There's something happened in between the two countries. Something about the split and the powers, and you got disconnect. It's like a disconnection between two families, between your parents and between your wife and the children. I think you fly a plane. You go on some night operations. It's like a plane. It looks like a military jet. Flies at night. It's supposed to be like invisible to radar systems. You check on positions. My feeling is it just kind of like around the World War II, but it's something that you fly further than this. You fly over England a lot, but your base is in Scotland. Here's the thing. You're 28, almost 29 years old, and your plane explodes. But I see it explodes because the tail got hit by some rocket shot from the ground. Germans, by Germans. And then as you exit the body, when you realize the plane is, there's something with, you couldn't, there's no ejection, a catapulting system. I have no idea why, but you just know it. You cannot catapult out. And your energy body gets out of the body, and I see how it gets. I see like their humanoid form with the cobra kind of like face, the legs and arms like human, and they get you under your armpits right away once you exited the body, and they drag you into some cave. The cave is located into, there's a big orange planet I see. It's a little bit higher than the other one. comes to me, the name is Corona 2. Corona 2. Crown 2. Yes. Understand what it is. But it's just like pretty planets in the Orion constellation. There's a cave there. There's cave openings on top, but everything leads towards the underground. There's like a huge underground kind of rocky tunnel system, because you see the plates of rocks, flat rock out, and there's like passageways. It's just like a city with tunnels inside, and that's where those hybrid cobras humanoid form live. And then I touch them. They have 32% of cobra in them. DNA. They bring you there. It looks like they sell you off, like some technology. The technology looks like a transparent glass cube. It's some crystalline structure. The structure looks very interesting. It's like a hard when I touch it. It's liquid, and that liquid by itself is like a container. You can revive, restore something, because there's an opening there, and they put like baby cobras in there to do something to kill them, maybe something like this. They also put like old people in there. It's a giant cube, and it creates it's a kind of processes. It's like they swim in some sort of fluid for a while, and they take them out. They look different. It's like their skin is new, and the organs are new, and things like that. And they almost like shiny, like they got energy in each pore of their skin. They just give you to those cat people, but kind of interesting because it. I mean, it's like you are gonna go to yet another nation because you died. You were scared, and that low vibration caused them have power over you. So basically they take over. It's just this half of this planet, the Pi 4, I guess. The other planet flips over to me like the name is funky. It's Corona 2 / Omicron 2, like, which is kind of wild because it's like the name of the virus. It's on Orion. We can check later. It's bright orange. Looks like the sun. So anyway, they send you first. They put you in some sort of blue capsule, and they put like bright pinkish, purplish fumes in there, and you lose the ability to fight because you were still opposing. You try to get out, but at this point you can't. And this capsule does something. It lights up, and it generates it's like a spiral of light going around your energy body, and it causes you to absorb some programs from the capsule. Some programs for fear, suffering, dissatisfaction of life, not happy with yourself. Those are the main ones that I just like, I feel when I touch it. And then they send you. So basically how it looks like a ray of light that carries a soul. So I don't no longer see the energy body, but I just see like a bright ball of light. They don't split you or anything. They don't fragment. They just send the whole ball, but in a way it's condensed due to the capsule and that pink purplish fumes. It got like smaller, it shrunk, and it's sent directly to the family you are now. And I feel like your mother asked for you. There's something about the energetic connection, the wave, the vibrational frequency that you both resonated with at the point when they send you to her. But I can go back all the way back and see where you come from, because I see like an interesting creature on some interesting planet. Trying to explain. Like how mud puppies look in the lakes, like they have this, how they draw them. It's more like how they draw them than how they actually are. Just kind of like a round face with that kind of mouth. And this big, giant, luminescent light. I want to call them lights, but they're eyes. And they are this bright, like, very beautiful, like glowy green blue color mixed together, but they're separated. They kind of half of an eye green, half is blue, and they merge. And they're huge. They're really round and like they're not almond. They're more like oval. And you have this antennas. They look like hair, but they are actually antennas that connect you to above, below, everything around. And boy, I'm smiling because it kind of like all of you are like that. Just you look very cute. You have this little you have the skin. Skin looks pinkish, light, from white to pink type glow. Um, it's an energetic planet. The name came to me immediately is Glasgow. Glasgow. It reminds like a city, right? Glasgow, but that's how it's called. And what you do there is you mix, there's something about your hands. You do different things. It's like you create balls that you charge with different vibrational frequencies, and you put ideas into this ball, ideas of creation, how you want a new being to look, and then it's like you have a canvas there. It's hard to explain. It's like an invisible container of a new creation, of a new world that you practice to have. And if it turns out beautiful, that you will actually create a real one in one of the galaxies around you, um, that you have access to. So it's like, imagine a big aquarium made out of light, and you throw balls in it and balls unfold. like one of those napkins that you throw in the water and then fold into something like origami. That's how it looks, but it's all energetic, and you create like new forms of animals. You like animals, different creatures that are nice, kind of like fuzzy. I see a lot of pink and blue and light pastel colors, and that's really just a creative pod. That's how you call it. And then you can transform the creative pod to any planet that would resonate with the frequency of it. Your spaceships are absolutely round, but they have a metallic, have circle on top, have circle at the bottom. And there's two circles create the energy like this. Like imagine a huge glass bead, crystal bead with the metallic on top, metallic at the bottom, and there's some energy flow in the middle. And you like the seeds and those beings that are contained, it's like a donut around this energy, kind of in the middle flow. And that's you just fly because of that energy. Interestingly, I feel like the energy is taken from the planet Glasgow. You kind of say it like not like Glasgow and Manzi, like Glasgow, like this. That's your planet. Your name is Marius. Marius. You're like a male energy, actually. Looks like if I go through lives, the 18 lives, so we looked at 17s as a soldier. You have a lot of, like, you dominate as a, you had some female lives, but there are only 5 of them. The rest is male. You have a very strong male energy inside. It might not show outside, but it's a decision making strong energy that they try to break in you via contract. The contract, once I said contract, it looks like a big yellow folded. I wanted to say it looks like a needle, but then when I touched it, it looked like a rock needle made out of like precious rock or something. But it's not. It's a paper that unfolds. The first one is something about the position. It's written in some strange language. When I touch it, it kind of comes to me. The weak position in life, in the feeling inside. That's what they want. Second, family. It's either if it's created, then it's problematic, or mostly they don't want you to create one. Third, it's kind of strange, slimy kind of thingy. If you touch it. Doubts, self-doubt all the time. So there's like the main 3. And you cannot read it either. They just told you that when they captured you, how did they capture you? They captured a spaceship when you were going to a different galaxy. There are 4 of you inside, and there's like a lot of those animals that look kind of like um monkeys with the tails of a fox. The best would be explanation. Um, you wanted to you're trying to seed planets with different species. That's what you were doing. And it's some lives on this planet you create flowers and trees. Other times you create animals, but you like to create. They just sucked the whole ship into some sort of, it's like a light. It's like a light comes, it's like a tube comes from their spaceship, which is dark gray. It's a prolonged dark gray, like a long, like a stick almost, cylindrical shape. And from one side comes like a little, like a 4 petal flashlight system, and it produces some bright red light. It just captures, it's kind of like pinpoints around, makes like a round circle of light, which kind of takes you over and sucks you in. Why did they? You started panicking on the ship when you saw them, and that put you in low vibration once again. And because of low vibration of this panic, they were able to get you. Otherwise, your ship protective system would work. I see that your ship can even like generate some energy cloud that would reflect any lights system like this capturing systems, and they would just not touch you. They would be like beating against the wall but not being able to grab you. But because of that panic, they got you. And once again, those were those Cobra people who did. And that's how the whole story goes. So from that point, you're theirs. And then the cat, they gave them that cube technology, and they gave, it's just like a metallic big container of souls. One of them were you to them. So you lived the 17 lives before this one, number 18. You froze the cat behind you. See, the thing is, the trick was like this. The cat wanted you, it's like you were on the collar and you could only look in front of you, but you couldn't look back. Even though you always feel like somebody, especially in childhood, you felt like somebody was watching you all the time. And that was that cat. And when you were real little, like a baby, the cat would play with you, would turn into a real cat. And in your youth, from a parent's perspective, they would be like, oh, that's just your imagination, but it wasn't. It was an energetic form of a cat. They would chase you around, play with you and all that, or make you cry at night or during the day, and that's what would happen. I feel like you have here, it's kind of like a rock, like a big crystal, because I feel like extreme pressure because I'm connected to you. Your subconscious give me information. There is a rhombical kind of blue crystal here with the circle around it. Once I touch the circle, it like expands a few circles. So in those circles are actually rods. You know what they do? So it's basically, this thing is connected to your nervous system, to your central nervous system, through the brain into the spinal cord, and it creates some sort of like light around you. What this cat does, when you want to connect to somebody, he can activate the crystal just by, it's a technology thing. He's got an implant himself and connected to you. When he thinks he doesn't want you to meet certain person or to be friends with certain person you want to be friends with or closer than a friend, then he would just try to create circumstances that would kind of like, you will fall apart, or it would never happen. You would never become friends, or you would never meet together, because he can manipulate your reality. That's the thing. But now I see that you tore apart and you put like in a little glass vase with the flames, the contract. because he told you that I'll just send you for one incarnation with this contract. I just need information about the biological world around you, and basically when you're little, your family, and then older people you're in contact with, and then you'll be like my spy in a way, and I'll get all the information data I need from you, and I'll let you go back to your planet. But it never happened. So he had more plans for you. I just see 15 more lives he planned already. He has a book of lives, and by the way, he's connected to a lot of people. 430, I see more people. So you're 431. And he's all getting energy for that. For his little, he says, cat family. On that planet that merges and become, it's kind of like how's it called, binary star or whatever it looks like. So you take this implant from your head. I show you how to open a portal. You just draw it with your fingers like a door, round door. You open it and throw it out. You take a collar off your neck, throw it out. The cat is still frozen. It's kind of funny looking. His eyes going back and forth. And you tell him to go to and completely disconnect. You remove some little tiny things from your eyes and feet. I think the eyes, let me ask, spine devices, feet, to keep you close, to make you stop when he wants you to stop from going somewhere. These are the devices. So he took them out because your subconscious asked him to completely disconnect, take everything that belongs to him. You created some plate, and it's kind of like a furnace. It burns up, it melts everything. I just see a puddle of yellow metal that used to be metal. It looks like gold, but it's not gold. It's a different material from some other planetary system. Out. Very light. So you just put everything in the portal and close it. And I see your energy sphere just getting like round, round, round from that 8 to round circle. You have this, see how I see your, like what people call aura as around your energy sphere is a blue light, like beautiful blue light, but inside it's more green. It's like inside is green, outside is blue. And I see you going back to your planet. Also, you're going back to your subconscious is pointing at sometimes 7 years old, 9 years old, 12 years old when they took DNA from you. Cancel out those moments so they like black out, because that DNA was created for creating those hybrids you were teaching as a teacher when he would pull you out of your body here, the physical level. Why? Because you have the information, the knowledge of how to create beings of different it's kind of like you create the material um, because you can manipulate the frequency, and you know how to manipulate the frequency and create a being of different frequency. So, and that's what they want to know. And there was a contract, a contract also, like you teach my children, he calls them, and I will give you a good life here on earth. And after that, you're free to go, which was never going to happen. I see those beings and ask you, you were connected to all of them? There are 24 of them. He tried to make 26, but there's something happened to 2 that they just like stopped growing, so they never developed. You gave information to all those people connected to him, 430. I see how you created sparks out of your hands with information, how to disconnect from this Felinoid form being. %63 of them at the point of understanding and consciousness level that they are disconnecting. The other ones are not gonna do it, but that's okay. They have the information anyway. They might do it later. Your DNA was never changed. They kept it the same way. You have the original DNA here. 32 strands. They tied, it's almost as if they created knots, but it's not like we physically tie a knot. It's like they put a seal on your DNA to seal it off, so you don't have access to it. You take the seals off. There are 7 seals, and they're like, which is interesting. They kind of remind me where they usually insert false chakra system to siphon the energy from, but you have those seals, and as you take them off, those are like energetic forms of energy, condensed energy discs. That's how they feel to me. They're pretty flexible too. So you put them together in a ball, melt them in your hands, and throw them out. It's just some sort of implants to block you. And then you raise your vibration and fill up with your greenish blue energy, all your head and everything that big rock in the third eye area was a big giant thing. So you're filling up that space that is left hollow with your own energy. And then I'm telling you that you can also cleanse your mental emotional body. And you say you lost family in life number 10, 9 and 10. I got like 9, 10, 11 lit up as lives in the chain of lives. There's something there that you lose, either a family member that you really love or your own family. And that's how the holes in the emotional mental bodies that I see, and they're connected. It's almost like holes to form together at the same time. They come from their 3 lives. You heal them with your hands. Your hands, you create some sort of sparks out of your hands, and that's how you heal anything you want to heal. And also, you gave information to the other crew members on your round spaceship that you were going when you got sucked in. Basically, you tell them you can rewrite, change the timeline there, not go into panic that you see the ship by Felinoids. And those are, you know that those are bad Felinoids. They have an interesting symbology on them. Um, so to explain, I see like like a circle in them. In that circle is like a silver, and then red triangle, but upside down triangle, and inside, you see like 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 a skull of a draconian. No, no, more like a lizard skull. And it's hard to really explain how it looks like, but kind of like a lizard skull. And that's the symbology of those cats. It's like what do you call? They're different felinoid forms, and they've been genetically manipulated also, like a lot of races. And this particular race is evil. So they be because they have the DNA 32%, I think I saw, of lizard DNA in them. So you just changed it. You never got into the low vibrational state of panic. They never captured you. So you basically just went to to Mirus, Mirus galaxy, and seeded those monkey/fox animals. I see how you're seeding them. It's a beautiful planet with giant green leaves, and it looks like the ocean too is in there, covering half of the planet. So looks like you're free. Let me check your energy bodies around. The cat is gone. The rat fumes are gone. The energy sphere is completely round. If I walk around, there's nothing there left. Contract is gone. So if you have any questions, because you're just basically at the point you raised your vibration very high, and you can call it a vibrational jump if you want, but your subconscious is definitely liberated from all this deep down wounds that you had from other lives. Because what happens when you cleanse yourself in this life, you automatically cleanse yourself in other lives too. It's just an automatic process. So, you have any questions? Or if you want me to turn off this part and ask questions separately and make a separate video for them, it's fine with me too. I don't really hear you.
I know, so I don't know what questions to ask. But in the other lives, it's okay.
Could you please repeat? The sound is like you're getting cut off.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
In the other lives, it's now okay. In the future ones.
Yes, because you changed the timelines in all other lives. You had a lot of perdita. One sec. The losses, right? That's in those other lives, and you change the timeline so you don't lose.
What did you mean before when you said my mother she asked for me?
I guess your subconscious wanted a child into life at that point.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a call. It's like an energetic call, and it's heard all over throughout the universe. And I felt like you're strong enough to actually go to the family you wanted, to be honest, because they usually pick a family for you. But in your case, I felt like you resonated so strongly with your mother's call and with her vibrational frequency of the call that you just went there.
But has this happened in other lives, or is just in this one?
It's in this one. The other lives, I don't feel. Your subconscious says no.
Okay.
But that's not. I mean, this universe is not only obviously your where you lived, but I see you in different energetic kind of like beings that you used to be. Because you're showing me some planet where you're flying over the surface too. You look more like pink people, pink energy, people. I mean, it's kind of like Peter Pan in a way, just flying. But you don't have um you don't have any clothes. It just the pink humanoid form flying and creating something beautiful. It's almost like a floating flowers, like lilies in the air. You like beautiful things, but you also like to experiment in terms of creating something and seeding it on the other planets.
Mm. And also, I was a very male. There wasn't a
Yeah.
lot of female.
Yeah, because you got a strong personality in those. Strong spirit, you would describe it like inner core, strong.
Mm. Do you think I'll be male again? Mm. Would
Uh,
I
it,
prefer like? Is that
it's
just
up
something
to
that I
you.
prefer? I can choose.
Well, now you can choose because before everything was chosen for you. But if you decide to incarnate again on Earth, which most people don't, then you can choose whatever you want to, unless, you let some creature, some being attach to you again, and that in that case, somebody else starts co-creating with you and starts manipulating you. But the key is to take whole responsibility for all your life decisions, thoughts, and changing your thoughts, changing your moods on for yourself. Don't not blame anybody or any circumstances, but it's all in your hands since you're the only creator of your own life and you can create it one way or the another, and also change your opinion. Today you want it one way and tomorrow you want it another way, and it doesn't matter because you're the only creator in your energy sphere. Nobody else is there to manipulate your decisions. So you can do whatever you want.
Okay. Okay. Very interesting.
Mm. Do you have any questions or any more?
No, no. Those were the questions that I had.
Okay, I'm going out then.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you're very, from you, I feel that you want to explore everything and anything, and you want to see a lot and you're always curious about things, to try yourself. It's like an actress. You want to play all the movies and all the genres, or maybe even be an actress at the theater, at the movie, everywhere else too, just to experience it. That's what I feel from you. And you change your opinions very very quickly, like your decisions. It's your light. You feel very light to me, energetically, and that's probably what attracts people in you. But you're also wise, you know they might think you're not, but you, and it just that people read wrongly because everything is upside down in the matrix, you know
Mm-hmm.
because they want us to think that if it's a good person, they want us to see that person in a bad light, and the opposite. That's what they usually trying to distort the images of people. Um. So, but yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. If you want, I can turn off the record.